everybody, welcome back to my world, where no matter how old you get, you never need to grow up. Okay, we're gonna talk about age for a second. I was born in 1967. If you do math better than I do, you will realize that that means that I am turning 55 or have turned 55 this year. Actually, I turn 55 this coming December 2nd. So that means I was a child of the 70s. I was a little kid. I turned 10 in 1977. And so then I went into my tweens in the 80s. Tweens and teens were my 80s. The really fun thing about coming from that time period, aside from really, really bad clothing things that happened to me as a child in the 70s, was roller boogie. That's right, disco became a thing in the late 70s. Roller skates were very popular. We didn't have rollerblades yet, and I tried to rollerblade at some point in like the 90s, and I couldn't. I was great on roller skates, could not rollerblade. Fell, like, ripped up my leg, whole thing. So I loved roller skates. You've probably heard this story before because anytime there's a doll with roller skates, I have to buy it. I got my first pair of sneaker skates for my 10th birthday. No, it was my 10th, sorry, Christmas of my 10th year. It was like 2 weeks after my 10th birthday. So I got sneaker skates. And we used to go skating at a place called, I think it was USA on Wheels. I don't think it was America on Wheels. I think it was USA on Wheels up in Wayne, New Jersey. And if you ever went there, hey, shout out. And they would play mostly disco music, and we would roller skate in a circle. And then in the middle of the roller rink, there was like an arcade. And it was very, very cool. And other kids from my grammar school would go up there. And usually I was hitching a ride with their families because nobody from my family was driving me up there. So anytime I see a doll with roller skates, and especially if it says roller disco, but that's not actually what it says. This doll, as you can see from the title, this is the Adora Amazing Girl Sophia Disco Diva. Sophia Disco Diva with roller skates. Now, Adora dolls, so parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cool people who buy dolls for kids and themselves, Adora dolls are 18-inch dolls that are somewhere between like My Life As, Our Generation, Journey Girls, which are pretty much not being made anymore again, between there and an American Girl doll. So these dolls are $59.99 on Amazon. I will put a link down below. And is there such a quality difference that justifies $59.99? We're going to find out today, because this is my first ever. I've had Adora baby dolls, but I've never had an Adora 18-inch, never had one of their Amazing Girls dolls. So the box is very nice. So if you're looking at this as a gift option, just want to give you sort of, so the box there's no tape, it just opens like that, and then it's got some really nice thick paper covering the doll. And then, let me just pull this back. Okay. And ta-da! And there you have your doll. Don't worry, we're going to get a closer look at her. And so these are 18-inch dolls. And, oh, she comes with a whole bag of accessories. Let me just, I'm going to take a minute to get her out of the box and sort of zhuzh her a little bit. She comes with a card that tells us about Sophia. And then also some more information about Adora Girls dolls and different things that are available. There's a little tiny catalog. All right, so let's get her out of the box and take a look. Is she worth $59.99? We'll see. This is kind of a funny shot. Her legs just sticking up. So, I have gotten Sophia out of the box. And the answer to the question, is this doll worth $60, is no. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. So, why, Melissa, are you saying that? Well, here's why I'm saying that. Yeah, let me get my thoughts together. So the doll itself, if we're not talking about accessories, the doll itself is pretty much the same quality as My Life As, Our Generation, Journey Girl. Very similar quality. You know, hard plastic, you know, no articulation, arms can, you know, sort of go, they can't really, not jointed at the shoulders, but, you know, you get a little bit. The one thing that, excuse me, here you go, Sophia. Oop, just dropped her other skate. One of the things that I found interesting was the range of motion on the articulation of her head. Woo! So if you are a doll photographer these would be really cool. I just knocked everything off of this table. So this is what's bugging me. The doll itself, really good quality, and I want to take a look at that, but the accessories and the clothes are so cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. And for 60 bucks, I don't want that. I can get high quality clothes on a My Life As doll, on an Our Generation doll, and get it anywhere from $25 to $35, maybe $40 on a deluxe doll. Same thing with Journey Girls, which unfortunately it's really hard to get your hands on them now. Like, these are supposed to be, if you look at the picture of her, she's got these little, like, fingerless glove thingies. So this is what this is, okay? The manufacture of it is so cheap. It's just a tube of fabric, and then it's got, this is where her fingers are supposed to go, and this little hole right here is where her thumb is supposed to go, okay? This fabric is not stretchy. There is nothing stretchy about this fabric. So remember, like, this is supposed to be a doll that people play with, and, you know, dressing and undressing the dolls is part of the fun, and it's really annoying. Second of all, it looks like crap, okay? Like, it's got this, like, chunky finish on the seam over here, so it just looks, it doesn't look great. It just doesn't look great, right? And the same thing is true about these leg warmers, which are also not really a stretchy fabric. And I love the rainbow-ishness, rainbow-ishness? Love the rainbow effect, but leg warmers are usually a more stretchy knit material or even a fluffy material a little bit. These are just like cheap socks. Did your mom ever get you cheap socks that like don't stay up because they have no elastic in them? Yeah, that's what these are. These are, I mean, now, they're accurate to the 70s because socks in the 70s sucked. If you didn't have the ugly tube socks, which they should have just given her tube socks and made them stretchy, but they were falling down all the time because they used to get stretched out and rip and all that stuff. Yeah, so very disappointed in that. This headband, so again, if you reference the image on Amazon from Adora, she's got this headband that is kind of like crisscrossing in her, underneath all of her beautiful curls, and I can't even get it on her head because it doesn't stretch. It's the same material as the leg warmers, and it feels like there's a string or something that this was sewn around, but it's not elastic, so I can't get it on her head. That's disappointing. Next, this is a roller skating doll. So the roller skates should be something that isn't going to fall apart in 5 seconds. These are crap. I mean, everybody makes roller skates. Like, the American Girl ones are very expensive, but I have them on one of my Julies, but they're great. They're great. They're the best ones. But if you get, you know, an Our Generation doll with skates, My Life As, their skates are, you know, substantial. Like, you could play with them. This is such thin garbage plastic. These don't even really look like roller skate wheels. So thin and like hanging on by just like a little piece to this crap plastic bottom here. Now, these are, you know, this is a cute sparkle fabric, but I want you to see how thin this material is. It's so thin, so crappy. The laces are pretty decent quality. That's like the only thing that I think is, I can say in terms of quality, is that the laces are pretty chunky. But like even putting the shoe, the skate on the doll, it's like flopping all over the place because it doesn't hold a shape. And it, you know, I think from a kid's perspective, this isn't going to be an enjoyable experience with the accessories. And that's really disappointing because you got a doll with roller skates, you want it to be fun, right? The clothing, again, super thin, cheap material, no stretch to it really whatsoever. Once you untie this to get it off her, there's a little bit of stretch in the waist, thank God, but you know, not a tremendous amount, and I feel like that rubber band just isn't gonna last. The shirt, as you can see, this is like just like an iron-on type thing. I mean, it might hold up. The jacket is so fit. Look, that's my finger that you're seeing through there. This is like see-through material on the jacket. This down here should have been ribbed. these should have been ribbed cuffs, this should have been a knit ribbed material, and it's not. It's just more of the same cheap material. Now, having said all of that, okay, she's really cute. Her hair is a gorgeous quality. She's got these two, tilt your head back for me there. Okay, see, so she's got those two little front teeth. The interesting thing about the teeth is that, and I know this isn't gonna show up on camera. I don't think it's gonna show up. Instead of like just having a big block of white in the mouth, the plastic in there is actually clear, and then they painted two teeth on it, so you see she's got a space in between her two front teeth. And that is a really cool, it's a very realistic look, because a little girl who hasn't gotten her grown-up teeth, you know, you very often have spaces between your teeth because your body knows you're going to have, you know, bigger teeth come in. Beautiful blue eyes. They are sleep eyes, so you've got that. Cute profile. Really love the skin tone. And then the hair is fabulous. Like, I'm thinking of Lori Schacht. She's the Toy Insider mom from the Toy Insider, and she has super curly blonde hair. And so these curls are just really, really nice. I don't know how they'll hold up to a lot of play. The hair's a little bit dry, but it feels pretty good. I mean, it feels like the right texture for curls this tight, you know? And so I like that about her. I will probably at some point put her in different clothes because I think the doll itself is good quality. I know you're going to ask where does the plastic end. So she is like Journey Girls, like My Life as Dolls. She has a plastic chest, and then right below where her breasts would be, we get to the squishy material body. So, and I like that because unlike American Girls, their torso is cloth. And so when you put an American Girl in like a strappy shirt or dress, they've got this weird kind of fabric and then the joint where it goes to the shoulder. It just doesn't look as nice as it does on the plastic. I also think that the clothes just hang nicer on the dolls that have the plastic shoulders and upper chest pieces. So this is Disco Diva Sophia roller skating doll from Adora Dolls. And this has convinced me that although in looking at the Adora catalog, there are a bunch of other dolls that I know, like this one, see this girl, right? They have a girl that looks like that. There's a doll that looks like her that shows up a lot in my feed on Amazon. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Like, the dolls themselves are good quality. And I would say if I ever see these come up on a half price sale, I'll get them to get the doll because I do like the quality on the doll itself. I just don't. The clothing and accessories is really cheap, so that's disappointing. So parents, save yourself about 20 bucks or more and get yourself a My Life as doll or an Our Generation doll or one of those dolls, because this is sadly, I love you, Sophia, and you will be staying with me because you're my only Adora girl at this point. Yeah, don't spend the money. Cheap. Okay? So comment down below, let me know if you have collected or if you have any Adora dolls and what you think about them and what is your favorite 18-inch doll. Mine, it changes over time. You know, I was really into American Girl and then Journey Girl, but then it became hard to find Journey Girl. And I've done some work with Our Generation. I really like the hair on Our Generation. Love Our Generation playsets. And then My Life as took a really big jump forward in quality over like the last 5 or 6 years, and they have now become my favorite 18-inch doll. So it's interesting how that morphs over time. So comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you again real soon. Love you. Bye!